What's up, guys? My name is Daniel Hatermoda, and we're going to talk about the 7 Deadly Sins, episode 15. I'm using my webcam today because my phone got stolen, and my new one's coming in. I don't know when, though. Alright, so we start off with a recap from last episode, and we get to meet Gother, and kind of who Gother is. He doesn't really show any emotion, and, not very ethical, and, during the fight, everyone's kind of shocked. Whoa, this is Gother! Gother, the goat's sin. And personally, I'm kind of interested in what he's going to do. I thought he was going to be some type of badass and just beat the crap out of the other people, because maybe he has his weapon that they keep talking about. But actually, he does not have his weapon. And we find out that he uses illusions too, which is kind of interesting. And that kind of gets me thinking, like, it's kind of something like what Naruto does. They didn't really show this in Fairy Tail, and I know people have used a lot of comparisons with this in Fairy Tail. Sins are getting ready to start their fight, and they're thinking Gother's going to help them. But we find out that the guy in armor is like some type of monster, and they say, we just want the head of this monster. And so Gother, just gives them the head, and I thought he built some friendship with this monster, and for the longest time, I seriously thought Gother was in the armor, but he's not. It's someone else inside the armor, and we find that out later in the episode, and Gother just cuts off the head for Don Roar. Don Roar was like, hey, we want the head. Give us the head. This is what the Holy Knights told us we need, so give it to us. And Gother just cuts off the guy's head. You know what I'm talking about? Just cuts it. And I'm just shocked. Why? We see Don Roar, and the one guy, Threader, seems very, very excited. He's that one guy, I think, who's like a psychological killer. You know, like, Deadpool. But anyways, this is anime. He seems kind of crazy, like, oh, I gotta kill the sins. The sins. The sins. All about the sins. It's all about those sins. Anyways. anyways, yeah, that guy seems a little crazy in the head, but also he's very, like, a tactical killer, too, which gets me thinking he's not going to be an easy villain for the Sins. And if Meliodas is struggling now, then he's got some work to do. He seems pretty strong, but with these new generation of Holy Knights, then he's got some work cut out for him. And Threader, when the Holy Knights, or the Dawn War, takes the head back after Gother just does a little chop with the head, he just doesn't care at all. He's like, no, well, Gother doesn't care, but Threader, he's like, why would they give us the head? He's figuring it out that maybe Gother might have tricked them somehow, or he's been tricked by someone, and it's been Hendrickson. Hendrickson's like, I think he's like the main villain, and he's hiding what he can truly do. And I think him and Gil Thunder are going to be very, very powerful in the coming episodes. The Sins are struggling to fight this guy, or to fight the demon that came out of the fake Gother, and Meliodas wants to keep the guy alive inside because he's a human, but then Bond's thinking the other idea, that this guy needs to be put out of his misery. And personally, I agree with Bond, and I think Meliodas was wrong, because, well, this guy's in misery, and he's been in misery for a long time, and even Gother had trouble just conforming him to be calm and simple, and he couldn't even do that. Even with the seal on the armor that he gave him, that didn't even work that well. And they're just screwed, and they get in a fight with each other, and that's not good. Like, if this keeps happening, I feel like we're going to find out more about the past between Bond and Meliodas. And I think, like, other than that scar on his face, there was a big event between the two that really hurt their friendship, but they don't want to say it. It's like a dark past. Like, they maybe have the dark friendship somehow. Finally, we get the revelation of Meliodas, and about Meliodas' past, and how he saved the girl Liz from the other army, and he became friends with her. Although she was a slave, he basically freed her, and he fell in love with her, and she fell in love with him. And we're going to find out what he did to destroy her and his entire village. I think those black flames or black markings on his body are what hurt him, and there's something inside of him that he can't control fully. But those hellfire flames that we find out that Bond got marked with are pretty powerful, and so they're able to hurt that demon, but Meliodas couldn't get the final kill. But we get Gother's power of illusion, which subdues him a bit, and King can't do shit this episode. He can't do shit. But we see Kane too, the guy from the fight, the little tournament, and he gives Elizabeth the sword while telling him Meliodas' past, and Elizabeth kind of connects with him and feels that Meliodas really cares for her, and she says she'll share the sin with him. It doesn't matter. I want to take care of you, which is awesome. Yeah, maybe Elizabeth has feelings for him. I don't know. But then he gets his sword, and he's like immediately he just switches, which shows he does have, mainly his feelings are for Elizabeth, and so by showing those feelings, he was able to just get over it, and he knows that this guy's an illusion, he can't do anything. Also, real quick, I'd like to apologize because I have not been posting in a while, and I just have a big week at school. I started chemistry this week, and I have an English project due tomorrow morning, and I'm just doing this for you guys, and just been very stressful at school, and I promise I'm going to post Kuroko no Basket Season 3, Episode 3. I'm like 95% done with it, and I'm going to be posting tomorrow, probably not Naruto, Tokyo Ghoul, and Bleach, but probably 2 of the 3 are going to be posted. And Friday I'll post 2, and that's it for this one. Peace out, guys.